Go.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of the King's Castle. King James
This is a special edition.
King James along with Flair Chopin.
Hey, America.
This has been by far our most unique show yet.
I would say that. But let's get down to business with the wrestling.
Alright. Well, like I said at the top of segment 1, Becky Lynch is now the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she will face Alexa Bliss coming up at No Mercy. But I can now tell you also that Heath Slater is officially a member of the SmackDown roster because he and Rhino defeated the Usos to become the tag team champions.
Wait, hold on. What is up with the Rhino thing?
Well, it's simple. A lot of people could consider him a legend because of his contribution to ECW.
Okay.
And he's got his own wrestling school now. He was with Impact Wrestling for a while. And now he's back in WWE to try to be, as you call it, one of those pushovers.
Yeah. I don't get it.
You don't get it? Why?
I don't. Like, who wants... I've never in my life been like, I want to see Rhino wrestle tonight. With his emo self and the...
Be careful, he's going to give you... He may give you...
Bring it on, Rhino.
He may give you a gore.
I'll give him back an Al Gore.
What?
Bring it on, Rhino.
Just as a matter of you...
I'll warm his globe.
Just for you fans that don't know who weren't born before 1992, Al Gore was the vice president under Bill Clinton, who went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize for his work talking about climate change.
Wow,
and global warming.
That was straight off his Wikipedia, probably. Very impressive today.
So that's the end of the political talk for the show. But anyway, getting back to Backlash for a second, the most interesting thing to me was the main event.
Okay.
It was Dean Ambrose challenging. It was Dean Ambrose defending the WWE title against AJ Styles. Now this was an interesting match in more ways than one, but to say AJ was a bit of a cheat was an understatement. Because at the end of the match, the referee gets shoved into the ropes, so he's temporarily blinded. AJ goes low, delivering a low blow to Ambrose, hits him with a Styles Clash, and pins him. So now AJ Styles is the WWE Champion. However, I have a feeling our champion's past has come back to haunt him. Because as of this past Tuesday on SmackDown, John Cena is back.
Oh.
And he says he's got one goal left in the WWE. And that is to tie Ric Flair's record for World Championships. So he wants to earn that title for the 16th time. But Dean Ambrose is still owed a rematch. So Shane McMahon, the commissioner of SmackDown, has decided that at No Mercy, on October the 9th, we're going to see AJ Styles defending the WWE title against both Dean Ambrose and John Cena in a triple threat match. And I'll tell you something. Ambrose and Cena were put with their backs against the wall right from the get-go, because this past Tuesday on SmackDown they had to team up to face AJ Styles and The Miz in a tag team main event. And Cena delivers an A8 in The Miz, gets the victory, but the last thing we saw before we went off the air was Dean Ambrose turning on Cena and delivering the dirty deeds.
Done dirt cheap.
So, in my opinion, Ambrose has a clear advantage. What do you make of all this heading into No Mercy?
Well, my first thought was It's interesting that Cena just wants to tie the record and not break it before he retires. So I wonder if him and old.
Well, that's just what he said. I don't know if that's exactly what he's going to do.
I wonder if him and old Ricky Ricky Flair have had a conversation backstage and been like, "Hey, you can tie me, but I don't want you to break my record because I still want to be number one because I'm Ric Flair." You know, I wonder how that's working. You know, but
well, look.
But here's my thing. I think Cena's not going to win at No Mercy. If he gets that record, it's not going to be at No Mercy. No offense to No Mercy.
And I will say this as far as Ric Flair is concerned. There is no way that he himself would try to stop John Cena from breaking his record.
How do you know that?
Because, in my opinion, I think Flair has too much respect for the history of the business to let something like that pass. Because you know what they say, records are made to be broken.
They say that, but no one wants ever. When has anyone who's held a record ever wanted their record to be broken? This is why when the Panthers lost to the Falcons last year and they lost their first game, everyone who's alive from that 72 Dolphins team, the last NFL team to go undefeated, they were all popping bottles of champagne and happy. Everyone wants their record to stand as much as possible. And even though the WWE, it's scripted and like guys make a habit of passing the torch,
yeah.
I mean, you can't deny that. Everyone's got an ego, and if you're a 16-time world champion, your ego's especially big.
Well, that was just a matter of expression. But anyway.
And I agree with you. Records are broken, but this is something that Flair can prevent from being broken.
But on the other hand,
with his influence.
On the other hand, you've got to factor in, we have to wonder how much John Cena has left. Because if you ask me, he suffered the biggest defeat of his professional career when AJ Styles pinned him in the middle of the ring at SummerSlam entirely on his own. So in my opinion, that's kind of messing with Cena's head.
Yeah, it depends on what John Cena we're getting. Are we getting the end-of-career title-chasing John Cena? Is he going to be in that mode? Or is he still in the passing the torch phase of his career?
Well,
is there a way both of those combined where they can have this kick-ass match and everyone gets excited and the two other guys look good while Cena still wins?
Well, that's something we're going to have to...
It's interesting.
That's something we're going to have to wait to hear from John himself. But that will make for a very interesting match coming up at Backlash. Or, coming up at No Mercy. Because we just had Backlash. What was I thinking?
I'm surprised they still call it No Mercy. I remember when I was 9, I got a New Mercy pay-per-view for my birthday. I think Chris Benoit was in the main event or something. I don't remember.
Well, that
might have been Triple H. Triple H was really big at that time.
Yeah,
so he was in there.
Because that was back during the time of the start of the Millennium, the Attitude Era, right?
Right. It was either that or it was just after they got the WCW. So it was 2000 or 2001.
Right.
I can't remember.
And by 2001, Triple H had been out of action for months with a quadricep injury, so he wasn't even on that pay-per-view.
I don't know. I don't know what was happening.
But
I remember there being a 3-way match.
When we come back, we're gonna shift gears and talk about some interesting news from the Raw side heading into Clash of Champions in just 10 days, so stay right there.
So, if you're Ric Flair, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I think it's a big move if he ties Ric Flair.
Yeah, well, we'll soon see, but stay right there, folks. We're going to come back with more...
Would that insult the purists?
With more analyzm, we'll stay right there.
More analyzm. I don't know. If you're a big wrestling fan of the history of wrestling, would you want John Cena tying Ric Flair?
I would.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we're back on. Why? Why would you want that? Do you think?
Welcome back, everyone.
Do you think he deserves that?
Yes.
Why?
Because no one has a knack for winning bigger matches than John Cena, and he has more heart than any man in the WWE, with the exception of Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair himself.
Okay, can I give you a counter?
So if you ask me, if you ask me, I think Ric Flair himself has enough respect for John Cena to say, if my record is to be broken, this is the guy I want to see do it.
Okay, I understand that. And I think John Cena is a very good wrestler. But if you're the WWE, do you really want someone tying Ric Flair? You know, it'd be good for merchandising, and I know they're looking at the numbers of all that. Tying Ric Flair, who probably 40% of your fans don't even like.
Why would they not?
I mean, you hear the chants, James. You're not deaf.
But it doesn't matter if they like him or they hate him. They have to respect what he's done in the ring.
And also, another point is, Ric Flair was kind of... I mean, I know they promote from within, but he's kind of a self-made wrestler. He's the everyman. You know, he worked his way up and everything. John Cena was Vince McMahon's chosen guy. This would kind of be like Roman Reigns eventually breaking the world title record.
So you think when John Cena made his debut back in 2002, that was because he was, in your words, the chosen one by Mr. McMahon?
I think everyone thinks he was one of Vince's guys. I mean, it took him a while to get his character right, but I mean, Vince, you know, he saw the potential for the money that could be made off him from, I think, day one. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, not only is he an accomplished wrestler, but he released a couple of rap albums as well,
which I'm sure were wonderful. They can't compete with the Macho Man's rap albums, though. Those are a treat.
Wait,
you didn't know the Macho Man had put out an album?
No.
Oh, James, we might have to listen to that during a segment. He calls out Hulk Hogan on one of the songs.
Wait, I thought Hulk Hogan was his tag team partner in the original Mega Powers.
The beach just going. He's like, Hulk Hogan, I'm gonna kick your ass, brother. It's great music. But we'll be right back, folks.
We'll be right back.